But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Hey everybody, get on up in here. I got 11 people in here. I'm gonna wait till some more get in here, y'all. It's dark in here, y'all. It's dark, it's dark, it's dark, it's dark, it's dark. I'm trying to make it lighter, but it ain't working. I can't get this thing to do nothing. Hold on, I'll be back. Area. Let's see. No, they ain't making no better, but whatever. Hey y'all, we got 46 people. I'm gonna wait for a little bit more people to come in the room. I hope y'all are having a fantastic Tuesday. A fantastic Tuesday. She said, we see you good. Oh, okay, so it's just me, huh? It might just be this thing, dogs. My screen looks so dark, but it's okay. But if you see me, then that's good, okay? Jamaica said, hit that like button, y'all. Do your girl a favor and hit that like button. Dang, I just broke another nail. Ain't no sense. The things we do, y'all. Today, we have a young lady is going to come and share her story with us. Okay. And if anybody else want to share their story, let me know. We know that it is good to I'm dropping a link so if she want to come on up on stage, but I want some more people to come in. It's good to get it out. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. Let's share some of our experiences. Let's let other women know they are not alone. They are not alone. And a lot of people, you know, I know y'all smart, but these are for the ones in the back, think that a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship is only having, I guess, getting broken bones and sent to the hospital. But we're smarter. We knows it starts somewhere. And if you stay long enough, it may just not be good for you. You know what I mean? So we're going to talk about surviving toxic relationships. She said, hey, Amor, I'm waiting to see your makeover, honey. Yes, baby. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I am going to get it, honey. I can't wait because I'm going to be cute, child. I'll be sexy. That's what they call me. Kim is getting her device together right now. We're going to wait for a few more people to come up and she's going to come on and tell us her toxic relationship story. We're going to talk about it. Sometimes it's good to just get it off your chest. How you met the guy, what he told you, or female, you know, because there's some females that's toxic too. I think some of that is a learned behavior, if you ask me, is learned. Hey, Kim, how you doing today?
I'm good, Amora. How are you, dear?
I am doing good. I'm doing good. Oops, we lost her. She'll be back, y'all. She'll be back. Somebody said that like button is like a doorbell. That's right. Make sure you hit that doorbell before you come in and sit down. Hit that doorbell before you come in. Hey, Kim, we lost you for a minute.
Yeah, I'm new to this, and I don't have the cam on because the room that I'm in is dark.
That's fine. You don't have to have the camera on. You fine,
Okay.
just like you are. Okay.
Okay, my anxiety. Woo.
It's okay. Woosah. Woosah.
Yep.
Now,
I
Kim,
thank
like
you
I
for
was
your
telling them,
talks.
I don't know if you heard me as you was coming up on the panel. I don't know if you heard me. A lot of people feel or seem to believe that toxic relationship, abusive relationship is only when you get the black eyes and the busted lip.
No, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can't hear anything. I still can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I don't know what in the world I had to. Oh my God,
It's
Jesus!
one of them days we're gonna blow it off. We're gonna let it
Woo!
go.
Child,
Let it
listen,
go.
I'm going to find another. You think it's StreamYard or you think it's my computer? So I may have to look into another streaming system. Not right now, Kim. I'm talking out loud. Really, I am because
You're
this is
okay. I do it all
what
the
I know.
time.
And I noticed the big bloggers don't use StreamYard. They have moved forward past StreamYard and use something else. So anyway, I'm just throwing it
It's
out.
okay.
But how are you, Kim?
I'm doing good, thank you. How you doing?
I am always wonderful.
There you go. That's what I like to hear.
Always wonderful. Even when I'm ticked off, I'm still wonderful.
That part. Mm-hmm.
So tell
Yep.
us, Kim, how long were you in your relationship?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for your platform.
You are
And I'm
so welcome.
emotional, but I'm gonna be okay. And
You're gonna
thank
be
you,
just
chat.
fine, and we're gonna help you through it, okay?
Thank you, chat, for being so positive with other females, regardless of their situation. Um, I was in this, I met him in 93 and fully ended it in '02. Yet it still taunts me to this day.
Mm, okay.
That's a long time. I was uh 29 when I met him,
Okay.
got married at 31.
Okay.
I thought everything was fine. Younger guy. I was cougaring, I guess, at that time.
How how young was he?
He was 7 years younger.
Okay.
I should have known. But anyway, sometimes we're blinded by what's in front of us at the time.
Well,
You
did he
know,
look good though? Did he look good, girl?
yeah, he did until he started showing his ugly features. I'm gonna say it
Gotcha.
like that.
Okay.
They could be as fine as wine, but can be as ugly as a dog.
Right, right, right.
You know. But
Yeah.
mine first started with, um, you know, everything was good. We got married in '95,
Hmm.
and that next weekend we went to Virginia Beach with his brother and his wife,
Okay.
and came home and it was a big argument. Said I was trying to sleep with his brother. I was
Mm.
like, first of all, he's gay as hell. Ain't nothing he can do for me. And I ain't getting against nobody that's gay. I'm not against it at all. Don't
Right.
think it. I got a daughter that's lesbian, so I ain't gonna worry about it. But I was
Okay.
like, first of all, you're worrying about the wrong stuff. You just married me a week ago.
Was he
And then
intoxicated?
yeah, he was. But
Okay.
that to me that doesn't explain,
Use.
you can say you're drunk all day long, but you should know how to control your actions.
That's true.
Even though I wasn't able to see it for years later.
Mm.
So then, now mind you, I had three daughters prior to him. I had no kids with him, thank God, none.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
my oldest daughter was in middle school, and my
Okay.
youngest daughter was in elementary school.
Okay.
So I I don't know. I think I was caught up with the quote unquote lonely scenario. Where you don't want to be lonely, you don't want to die old and gray, by yourself.
Hmm.
So then, fast forward to '97. First of all, I wasn't able to work. I
Hmm.
couldn't work. He was a construction worker, big time project manager for a construction company.
Okay.
Was told, don't work, don't work, don't work. Though you stay home and take care of the kids. And I'm like, okay. But so when it started getting bad around '97, '98, Kim want to get a job. Kim want to get her own. Kim tired of your name being on everything and not mine.
Hmm.
So Miss Amara, I went and started working at a big bank, Wells
Okay.
Fargo.
Okay. Wells Fargo.
And then,
Dollars, little coins here and there.
yeah, I was doing good. Um, but then it got to where every weekend, every Saturday, I was going to get my hair done. I was going to get my nails done.
Taking care of
And
you.
who are you getting cute for? You hit that the other day when you said that. Why are you getting your hair done? Why can't you go like you are? Why are your nails so important? Why are you buying all these new dresses and clothes and shoes? And I said,
Hmm.
first of all, I work in a damn bank.
Hmm.
That's my appearance. I have to hand people money. That's my appearance.
Right.
Wasn't good enough. Wasn't Miss Mara, I fought him tooth and nail for that for the longest. So after being there about 7, 8 months, I got real tight with one of the girl coworkers, and I
Hmm.
was venting to her what was going on.
Okay.
And she was like, you need to leave because the next step is not going to be good. So every time I go home, I sat outside the bank watching you, watching who's coming and going and who you're smiling at. And it got real scary. It got really scary for me. And
Now, this is
then
before you left or while you were still there? I mean,
before I
this is
was,
this is he was saying this to you while you were still with him?
yes. hmm And then the last straw was I was working and I was a front teller. And the way the door was set up, you could see it, the porch out, the sidewalk outside the bank.
Right.
Here in comes this guy dressed in all black, black ski mask with a double barrel shotgun.
Hmm.
He jumped over the counter and he specifically asked for me, Miss Amora. I didn't think none of it. jumped underneath and held my hand on the button real hard
Okay.
for help to where I froze. Um, he put the gun to multiple of my coworkers' heads, customers, everything. So apparently he got the die pack. So he leaves.
What's the die pack?
The die pack in the bank drawer that when you pull out the money, if you give it, it's like fake. It's a die pack inside a fake bundle of money, and you put it in the bag and it explodes once they get 5 feet outside the building.
Okay.
It
Okay.
explodes so they can't get the money. It turns
Okay.
red dye.
Okay. Okay.
So that happened. So what do? I'm terrorized. I try to run out the building. Officer pushes me back in, and at this point, we're all crumbled because he was in the bank. They said 32 minutes. That's the longest time of my life. So I call him and I say, "Look, can you get the kids from school? We
Mm-hmm.
were just robbed. You'll be all right. Suck it up." Okay. Hung up. One of the customers that did commercial came in and he said, "Kim, do you need me to do anything?" I said, "Yes, go get my kids from school."
Mm.
He was like, "Okay." He said, "And I'll take them to the store and let them eat, cook them something to eat and let them eat there until you get straight." We were there for 6 hours after that time because investigation. Mr. Moore,
Okay.
I get home. I shut the blinds. I'm petrified. Petrified. He opens them up. He's inviting his homeboys over to the house. Like nothing happened to me. Nothing. I'm scared my kids. I snatched the phone out the wall because I was scared of people calling. I didn't want to talk to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So that lays, I end up going to bed eventually, off and on. So the next day, work told us that we could take 2 days, to get
Right.
ourselves together. Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Moore went back to work on the third day. Same shit, hopped off again with the same person, dressed in all
This.
black, over the counter, twice in 1 week.
Oh goodness. You quit, right?
Well, I was trying the whole time. I was trying. Remember, I told you I met this girl and I've been talking to her for 6, 7 months. I
Right.
was trying to build up mine so that I can be independent for my 3 daughters.
Right. Right.
So when he came in this time, he asked for me once again.
You had a
Asked me once
stalker?
again. So we go through the scenario again, the whole shebang again. This time my mom keeps my kids.
Mm.
I get home that night and he talking to his brothers. I mean, just talking on the phone. Hee ha ha, hee ha ha. Come to find out, Miss Amara, he set it up.
He set it up.
He set the guy up because the guy owed his brother, which was at the time my quote unquote brother in law, $3,000 for drugs.
He put you through all of that for $3,000.
That made
Put
sense
you
as
through
to
all
why
of that
they were,
for you.
yep.
How did you find out that he set it up?
Because that night, the second time that night I got home, I told you he was on the phone with his brother, laughing and hee ha ha.
Right.
So he goes, when he hung up, he said, "Yeah," and I'm just gonna call him JET.
Okay.
JET said homeboy owed him some money, and he told him about your bank. If something clicked in me because, first of all, that don't sound right because he came in asking for me. Somebody gave him
Right.
my name.
Right.
My
I was
name.
thinking something, but I was just like, are you gonna say it was him?
No, nope. You might as well say it was.
Right.
So after that, here I go to counsel. I go to the hospital because I'm nerve shot to hell now at this point.
Now, at this point, do you know for 100% that it's him? before you went to the hospital, did you know 100%? Like, did he get locked up or something?
Who? My ex?
Yeah, your ex.
No, he didn't get locked up. What happened was the next morning I got up and I had to go to the hospital because my mind was going a million miles a minute.
Right. You was
I
shocked.
didn't, and I was scared of my daughters, because if you did this to me, what are you doing to my babies? Mine, they mine.
Right.
So 2 days later, at the time we had Kmart's here.
Mm-hmm. I remember Kmart.
I'm in Kmart. Boom, who pops up? But who pops up? You know how they had the round things where they have like the clothes on the little round
Yes.
carousels.
Yep.
All right. So I'm looking through them, and somebody jumps from under there with a black ski mask on. It was him,
Your husband or the guy?
my husband, my ex-husband. Miss Amara, I was so fucking scared. Excuse my language. I was so scared. It's like you're making a joke of this,
Yeah, that's what he did. He mocked you.
and he made
Mocked
it
your
a
trauma.
joke. He made it a joke. Made it a joke. But if it would have happened to him, I'm sure he would have pissed on himself.
Exactly.
But he thought it was a joke. So now, Miss Amara, I'm on that. I got to get out of here. But now, what am I going to do about my job? Even though they put me out for 6 months at that time, you only got 50% of your pay, because I was fresh there. I was just there a year.
Right.
So I was only getting 50% of my pay. So I went to another bank, the same company, but a different bank that had the glass already up, because we didn't have glass up.
Okay. Okay.
Here he comes again. Because now, mind you, I'm making money, doing all I can, trying to talk to my girl, and my girl's in my ear like, Kim, you need to leave. You need to go. It's not getting any better. And
Mm-hmm.
I kept trying to tell her. I was living in my stepfather's house, which was okay,
Mm-hmm.
but the bills and stuff were in his name.
So
The
you had
furniture,
left him, or you was living in the stepfather's house with him?
he was there with me.
Okay.
We lived there together.
Mm-hmm.
And me, I'm gonna be honest. Yes, I feel like a fool now, and I think that's what beats me up now, because I didn't do something sooner. But I couldn't go to my mom and my dad because I have trauma with my mom.
Okay.
I found out I was adopted when
That
I
was
was in my 30s. I
wow.
didn't find out till I was in my 30s. So
Wow.
now I got the trauma from my mother along with this ninja. What am I gonna do? I had 3 kids looking me in my eye. Mom, what's the food? What can we eat? What can we drink? I can't sit in a house with blinds closed 24/7. There are kids.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter wanted to work, in retail, part-time job. No, you're not working anywhere because it can happen to you. I sheltered her. She didn't get her first job, Miss Amore, till she was 20 years old. I
Mm.
refused it. I refused it. So anyway, back to that. He goes, so I go to the new bank. He comes up there through the drive-through,
Mm-hmm.
threatening the bank. Da, 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 bring your A out here. Bring your A out here. No, and the guy Sean I used to work with, he said, no, she's not coming out there. Get away right now before we prosecute you. So
Mm-hmm.
they couldn't legally do anything because I was still legally married to him. Virginia got some crazy ass laws, real crazy.
Now, when he came that time through the drive-through, he wasn't dressed in no nothing. He just came.
No,
No,
he
you,
wasn't even in the car. He was standing there at the drive-through, speaking on the speaker.
girl,
He
I
was
ain't
weird.
was.
He was weird. So I'm like, and people was joking like, Miss Kim, you must got it going on. You got this food going crazy. I'm like, honey, this ain't nothing to brag about. Inside, I always smiled and I always wanted to help other people, but I couldn't help myself.
He was tormenting you.
Really was. He really, really was. And then finally, Mr. Moore, that was it for me. That was it. I was done. It took me too long to get to that point, but I was done. So one day I take the kids. No, I said, okay, I was at this point, like I told my kids, come on, let's go with me. We're gonna ride to Dean's store so y'all can get something to eat and I can talk to him. They were like, okay. I said, we're gonna get out of this. We're going to get out of this. We're gonna be okay. So we get to the store. No, I go to get in the car. I had a Mitsubishi Galant at the time, and you know how the fiber of the car seats, like the velour, soft velour kind of, it's like not the way cars are now, but it's like a soft velour kind of sort of. I don't know if it's hard. It's like
Um,
it's not like the cloth that the cars are made with now. It's like a soft velour. It was different, but anyway. So I get in the car
mhm.
and I drop them off at the store and I talk to Dean. I come back home to get a couple bags. While I'm doing that and go back outside, he already washing and wiping the car down. I said, I'm getting ready to leave.
Mhm.
He said, oh, where you going? I said, I'm going with my friend Angie. I'm going with Angie for a little bit. Miss
Mhm.
Moore got in the car, went back to the store. Dean got in the car. I didn't do nothing with Dean, nothing at all. Got my kids. So we went off riding out. We went to his house. He fed the kids, and I talked. And then my friend Angie did come over there, and we talked. I
Okay.
get home. First thing he does, my ex, he goes to the car. He opens the passenger door. He said, "Who the f was in the front seat of the car?"
Mm.
I said, "Huh?" He said, "I put an X in it with my finger on the back of the seat where you put your back at. Put an
Oh,
X there." But I tell you, you can't make this mess up. I don't wish this on nobody. He
stalkerish,
was
jealous.
crazy. I think he was doing more than drinking. And then I'm gonna say, the reason I say I think was because at the time I didn't have concrete evidence. But after we broke up, I went to get my once again a Saturday went to get my hair done.
Mhm.
I come back home, Mr. Mark, ain't nothing in my house. Everything gone.
He took everything.
Every furniture, every clothes he bought the kids, every toy he bought the kids, every piece of food he bought in there. I think this is why he didn't want me to work because he wanted to be able to control everything.
He took everything. Men don't normally do that though.
This is a spineless individual. We ain't even gonna call him a man,
He took
honestly.
everything, food and all,
Everything,
clothes
everything,
for the kids.
everything. What are you gonna do with the clothes for the kids? You back then, they had the first PlayStation ones and stuff like Xboxes,
He took
Wii
that too.
games, huh? He took
He-
all everything, TV,
I guess he
everything.
figured if you're gonna start over, you're gonna start over from scratch. Like you ain't gonna have
Mr.
nothing.
Marr, let me tell you, the struggle was real. So he did that. Now, mind you, to come back from my house to my parents' house, I had to go down this long street called Chamberlain Avenue. And on Chamberlain Avenue, there was a car wash. As we're coming to my mom's house, because I'm trying to tell her now, keep the kids. I don't have nowhere for them to sleep. And he took the bed, the mattresses, everything. I said, let them stay here. I'm going back to the house. As we were coming over to my mom's house, I spotted his truck at the car wash. Yeah,
Full of
that big
all
old SUV. Miss Amara, when I tell you, honey, I don't know where the adrenaline came from. I was acting like G.I. Jane after all of that craziness. I said, oh, hell, he took the computer. He took my baby's games. I won't worry about the clothes. That shit could be replaced.
right.
He left the back window, the hatchback window open. He
Okay.
had a Ford Bronco at the time, and he left that open. And he went inside the laundromat to get changed. Mr. Moore, I pulled up real quick. I snatched that goddamn, because I saw the computer at the window. I snatched the computer. I snatched the goddamn game. And I snatched a little bag, just a little like grocery bag of clothes. I got in the car and hauled at us. He come flying behind me. Pull up in my mama's house. He leaves because he know he ain't gonna mess with them. He ain't gonna mess with my mom and daddy. Crazy, honey.
So let me ask
Literally
you,
crazy.
so what was the red flags that before this happened? Like, did he used to scream at you and stuff in the house?
Yep. It was constant arguing, loudness, accusations. It's me, and you, and you, and you, and physical. We were real physical to
So
where I even broke my wrist when I was working at Wells Fargo. And I went with a cast on. And Angie said, "How'd you break your wrist?" I told her I fell. I lied. Who?
but y'all were physical with each other?
Yeah. I tried to fight back. I tried to, but I couldn't. He was a big time worker in the construction. He was buff built. And I didn't have a leg to stand on. So one too many blows. And I made that comment about a month ago on your platform, when we were first talking about it. After that, I told her that I had failed, which I didn't. She found out it wasn't because I ended up telling her the truth afterwards. But I couldn't tell her the truth then because she was that friend would have kicked those down and played ninja, you know. And then it was one too many blows to the head. And I kept having I ended up quitting the bank. I ended up quitting.
Now, did the bank, let's go back a little bit. Did the bank think that you had anything to do with the first two bank robbers?
They did. They did talk to me about it. And I was honest with them and told them that my husband, because I say husband because that's what he was at the time, that my husband, the person owed him, my brother-in-law, money, but I did not know about it. I took a lie detector test. I did not know about it.
Now, why didn't your husband get in trouble? Because that's accessory.
They didn't get him. I do know that the robber, because the second time they caught him right there on the premises.
But they didn't. So they didn't give it back to your husband?
Not that I know of. Because like I said, about 6-7 months after that, I had left him by the time, because we were still going, me and my friend Angela that worked, we were still going to court for those robberies. And that guy, he got 8 counts of bank robbery, 8 counts of assault with a weapon. He got served 83 years and he was 26 years old.
Goodness.
But once again, even after I got rid of him, because I gave them all his information, Social Security number, everything.
So did you just get divorced and say, I'm done? Like, how did you actually get rid of him?
Well,
you got the stuff. He left. He basically left. When he left, you got your stuff, whatever. But that was, y'all was done from there. You divorced him?
Well, yeah, I would say kind of, yeah. But after a few months,
kind of dip back a little
bit. He come knocking on the door, like you said the other day. Knock, knock, knock. And I'm talking through the door. What? Open the door. I just want to talk to you. So I open the door. I don't let him in. I said, what? He said, is any mail here for me? I said, if it was, it's in the trash can. And then he went on about his business. The next day he came again. Knock, knock, knock. What? I'm sorry. I fell for it, Miss Amora. I fell for it for a few more months. I fell for it because here I am. I ain't got nothing for my kids. And this time I had quit my job by then. So I'm like, can't do it.
And you was living with your stepdad, right?
No, my stepdad's house.
Okay, your stepdad's house.
We were renting it from him. Yeah. My stepdad owned the house.
So
we were renting.
Or he just came by and saw you every now and again?
He just came and saw every now and then. And then it got to where, yes, I did go out with him Christmas came, and he wanted to take me shopping for the kids for Christmas because he quote unquote felt bad for taking all their stuff.
Hold on one second. No, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Keep talking. Keep talking. Keep talking.
So what he did was we went shopping for the Christmas stuff. He didn't come to the house. I brought the stuff back home for my kids. And I didn't even tell my kids that they gave it to him. He gave it to them. I told them I did it for them because my kids were traumatized. Because after that, after we ended up splitting, my oldest daughter ended up telling me that this fool had the nerve on several occasions to take my kids to the job site where he was working to meet his girlfriend.
Mm.
He was messing with a little redhead. I'm Caucasian, he was black. He was messing with a little Caucasian redhead.
Mm-hmm.
And he took my kids and told my kids, if you tell your mother, I'm going to kill all of y'all.
Mm.
And when my oldest, Erica, told me that, I said, are you serious, Erica? And she said, Mom, she said, if you don't believe me, pull that one curtain in that bedroom of yours. Pull that curtain off the curtain rod and pull the curtain rod loose. Miss Amara, I did that and drugs kept falling. He was hiding, the curtain rods, you take them off. He was hiding drugs in the curtain rod.
So now I was going to ask you, was he on drugs?
Now I think that's why I say now. At the time, I didn't think so. Now that I know, and once I found out, I was like, oh yeah, this explains his actions. He was either strung out or whatever. Because who would take their spouse's kids to meet his girlfriend? And then my kids didn't tell me anything, Miss Amara. But I will tell you, my oldest daughter pushed him through the china cabinet and cut his arm. And he told her that he was going to get her locked up. And she said, good luck with that. And I called the ambulance for him. And that was it. So all of that came about in between that time before he actually left. But I had to get everything lined up.
Did he give you a hard time divorcing him?
No. And here in Virginia, if you're legally married for 10 years, you can collect their benefits. Now, after that, in 2003, I didn't know there were many strokes, but I kept dropping stuff, hands turning purple, things of that nature. So I ended up collapsing. I had got a new job at Cavalier Phone Company. Was working there, and I just kept getting headaches. So anyway, the ER sent me to a neurologist. I ended up having to have emergency brain surgery. One too many blows to the head. So the tonsil in my brain was lodged 8 milliliters into my spinal cord.
He used to hit you in the head?
Oh yeah, it was nothing. I mean, and I say it now, but it was nothing for me to get pushed into something or hit, when I turned to walk away, hit me in the back of the head. It was nothing. And it was hard because, and I said, I know a lot of people are saying, well, why the hell would you stay there and go through that and torment your kids if you say you love your kids? But until you're in that situation, you can't say what you're going to do. Because I was a mother with 3 babies, beautiful babies, that where their dads he wouldn't even allow their dads to come over to see them. But they paid child support, honestly.
That man was jealous. He was jealous.
He,
When you depended on him, he liked that. He wanted you under his thumb. And when he saw that somebody wrote it in here earlier, when you gained your own independence, it infuriated him. He couldn't take it. He was so jealous.
and that's when all the physical came when I started working at that bank. Because here I am, 30, what was I, 33 at the time. I had a little nice little shape going on, I ain't like I am now, but had a little nice little shape going on, you know, and you're jealous. Now I can say it was jealousy along with psychotic, And like you said, if it weren't about him, he wanted to control everything. So I couldn't have a voice. And it took me a long time to get my voice. But y'all, I had to understand, I had to take my time and had to get a plan for me and my kids. Because my daughter, my middle daughter, ended up telling she just got to sixth grade. She ended up telling her counselor what happened. They not once took my kids because when they came, they realized that he was no longer in the home. And even though I didn't have furniture, that was no grounds to take them away from me because there was food in the refrigerator, clothes on their back.
So now
You know,
he called to get your kids taken away?
no, my middle daughter
Oh, your
had
middle.
talked to the school about it
Got it.
because she kept breaking down crying because she kept seeing her mama getting hit and arguing and fighting. And he would always want them to go to my mother's house, their grandmother's house. So that was his time to open up on my ass, basically. And I just kept going with it. But I'm glad. Now, this is going to sound real stupid. If I had to do it again, it would be different. But those lessons, those little pieces that I had to go through, made me stronger in a sense, but weaker in a sense, if that makes any sense.
It does make sense. I understand what you're saying. You're saying it because you went through it and got through it. Now you're a stronger person today.
Right. And I'm quick.
Did you ever call the police on him?
No, I didn't. Well, the last time I did, and that's because he came to attack me, and I picked up the coffee table. It's gonna sound stupid, but I picked up the coffee table. He was sitting down, and I slammed it on his feet, and I literally broke his toes and his left foot. So he jumped up.
Did
He
try
jumped
to
up.
get you?
Oh yeah, he tried to choke me out. So
But no,
I
he didn't
called
try to get you
911.
in legal trouble though, right?
Oh, he tried to get me. He tried to press charges on me.
Maybe.
He said that he was hitting me because that was self-defense because I broke his feet and I took the coffee table and broke his foot and his toes. But the police came. They just told him go. And that following Saturday is when he packed everything up. He left that night, came back, and that Saturday when I went to take the girls to go get my hair done, he came in and swiped the whole house out. And then I found out about the drugs he was hiding in the curtain rods. Then he took my daughters 3 times to go meet his girlfriend. And if they said anything, that he was going to kill all of us. My daughters are tormented to a certain point. My oldest doesn't really have healthy relationships. She's more of the I'm going to control you type because she saw her mama being controlled a lot. So she wants to control everything. And as for me, I mean, I ain't going to lie. And I don't want no sympathy, but my life has been effed up ever since because I had to have brain surgery. Like I said, brain surgery in '05. Ended up having that 2 years after all the symptoms. Had brain surgery in '05. And in Virginia, if you stay married for 10 years, you can get the benefits. I stayed married to him, not with him, but legally married for 11 years. I wanted to make sure it was no goddamn gap in nothing. So once he left in 2002, before my daughter went to high school, 2002, and I legally divorced him in 2007.
So it's been that long ago?
That long ago. And I'm going to tell you, I have seen so many counselors. I have gone through, here we have this place, it's called Tucker Pavilion. But it's not the actual mental hospital, quote unquote, where you go and stay and they drug you up and you're a walking zombie. It's a class you go to Monday through Friday for 30 days. And you sit there all day, but they have doctors on site that give you medications. I was so bad off with the bank robbery traumatizing me and him. And then the surgeries and stuff that I have gone through so many, and I had to do that program. And after 30 days, you're supposed to be done. The 29th day, they told me, we can't release you. We need you to stay. I was that bad off. It was a domino effect to where, at the time, my kids got to be teenagers, rebellious, a little slick out the mouth once in a while. And I was allowing it. It's like, I was allowing it all over again because I kept saying they don't went through a lot. So I'm going to be lenient, basically. Do what you want to do because you done seen a lot. But that wasn't helping them or me. It wasn't.
Right. Right.
So to this day, as of now, um, I always say, and I dropped to my knees, believe it or not, even though I had knee replacement a year and a half ago, which gone bad. I have neuropathy. I've had to have my knee gone back into twice since then for scar tissue damage. I've had to have my head opened again once due to they call it saggy brain, where the brain just the fluid just sags and it pushes on your spinal canal. And I've had 3 back surgeries. So now it's like it's almost like he said, "Bitch, I told you you can't work, don't work." It's like now he got me because I can't work, but I'm pending disability. So when I stayed in my dad's house, and 2 years ago, he wanted to sell it because he was strapped for his business during the pandemic. So he said, "Move back here to his house and let me sell the house, and you can stay as long as you need to." But I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I want my own. I want my own. I applied in 2019 for Section 8 housing. I finally, in July, got the letter that I've been accepted. I found a nice apartment for a 55 and up community that has gated access.
Good.
But here we go. I don't have an income, and the deposits, and even though you're Section 8 voucher, you got to have deposits.
I thought if you were Section 8, they pay for the I don't know.
They just pay the rent. No,
Oh,
they just
so you didn't get the Social Security?
No, I haven't gotten the disability yet. I talked to my attorney 2 weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, just before the first of the month, and he told me because disability has been backed up because I applied for it about a year and 3 months ago. He said disability is backed up. So he was like, okay. So he said, I haven't heard anything negative back. So hopefully within the next 4 to 5 months. And I'm like, damn, here comes another Christmas. I got 3 daughters, 3 beautiful granddaughters. And where I'm at, mind you, I had to.
If can't you get? I think you might have to apply for emergency Social Security. It's a Social Security disability.
Yeah, they have SSDI, which is the Social Security.
And you can do an emergency, and they'll give it to you right away.
My attorney did not say anything. I got one, because you can get an attorney free. They only get if you get. And what they're doing is instead of the full disability, they were doing the SSDI because they said legally I could do an early retirement at 62. I'll be 60 years old in January. But I feel like I'm 150. But then again, sometimes I can feel like I'm 20s again, But and I always talk to my friend, and I'm like, my girlfriend, and I'm like, maybe this is my way of being being like this because of what I put my kids through. I don't want to believe that. But there's got to be a reason behind this. And then
But you made it out, though. You made it out.
I did.
Let me ask you, since him, because you guys split up in 2002, you said?
Yep.
So now from 2002 to now, you've just been staying at your stepdad's house?
Yeah, I was renting it from him.
Did you get into another relationship?
Miss Amara, I did. I really did. I had met this guy. It was a long distance. He was living in New Jersey. I met him playing spades on Yahoo Spades back in the day.
Lord,
And we,
I'm only turning it off because I'm about to eat while I'm listening to
oh,
you.
go ahead. And so I met him on playing spades on Yahoo. And we did the long distance dating for 7 years. And I loved it because I was able to see him and enjoy when I saw him. And but then there was some days where I needed somebody, I didn't have somebody. But we did it for 7 years.
How far apart were you?
He was in Jersey and I'm in Virginia.
So that's not that far. Maybe what, 3-4 hours or so?
Took a little longer than that. It takes me about 2.5, 3 hours to get to DC.
I guess I'm thinking of Northern Virginia, but okay.
Yeah, and it takes me about 3 to 4 to get to Maryland. Yeah, because I'm in Richmond. I know you was talking about you was in Norfolk. Norfolk is about an hour and a half down from us, down south.
Okay.
But I met him, and then just got, because he said his mom was elderly. He didn't want to leave his mom. He was an Army vet. Go figure, huh?
He did all that, and he was an Army vet. So, but okay, you was getting benefits while y'all were together, but not.
No. My husband wasn't an Army vet. My friend that I
Oh, the
met
new
for
guy,
7 years.
Gotcha.
Right. He was. But
Okay.
he was my knight in shining armor. He said nobody's ever gonna hurt you. I would fly there every other weekend. He would fly here. He would drive. We would take the kids to my daughter played girls basketball. He would take her to the Pennsylvania to follow the University of Richmond girls. But I just got tired because once again, here it is. I'm having a rough time and just need somebody and you're not here. But I put 7 years into it. Me and him are still friends to this time. But I don't feel like I could go to him and talk to him. Well, I don't put it this way. I don't want to go to him and talk to him. You know what I'm saying? About things that I'm going through now. When he'll text me or call me, I won't answer.
So y'all not still together right now?
No, that was in 2003 to 2010. And then after that, I meet guys here and there, but it's like I get to meet somebody. And then if I draw back a little bit, that there's that question, what's wrong? What did I do? And then it hits me all again. And I'm tired of, I shouldn't have to be telling my story every single time. It's exhausting. And then you feel, the more you tell it, the more you feel like a total fool because you don't.
I feel like a fool though. You survived it though. A lot of people don't get a chance to tell it because they don't survive it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I believe, Miss Amara, that when I was having those mini strokes and all, if I was with him, I could have died in the floor because he wouldn't have known. He wouldn't have had me treated for it.
He should have got jail time punching somebody in the head. Is he crazy?
Yeah, he would. But you know what? And I say this, and maybe I shouldn't be asking for karma, but he got his karma because according to some quote unquote mail that came in both of our names, he got glaucoma in both eyes. So you can't see shit. You won't see the next bitch you swing on.
So how old is he now? You say he's 7 years younger than you, so he's 53?
Yeah, he's got to be, so 52, 53. Yep.
So,
and knock on wood, I haven't seen him but one time on the street, that's driving the car down the street. We saw him one time about 10 years ago.
But that's good. You guys don't have no kids together or anything like that. You made it out, which is good. And I think your story will help you. You know what I mean? But now, are you still in counseling now?
I sure am. I go to the Medical College of Virginia School of Psychology. And I'm so tired of that too.
Is it helping you?
Well, I can go in there and I'm positive, and just like, I don't know if y'all ever see me in the chat, I'm positive in the chat. I'm quick to preach it, but I can't do it myself. I gotta practice what I preach, but I don't do that
A little bit more self
because
love. But you know what it sounds like to me, Kim? It sounds like you haven't forgiven yourself for staying with
I
him.
haven't. No, I haven't
And that's what you have to
because
do. You have to forgive yourself. You know what I mean?
and and it's that and you remember I was telling you about the girl Angela at the bank that I knew. Me and her ended up being friends ever since then. And about 4 years ago, I go on my Facebook timeline because I got a different name on Facebook. I'm friends with a couple of them on there. But she moved from here to Seattle, Washington. And I got a phone call, 3 o'clock in the morning. Her husband shot and killed her in the head, shot her whole face off
Oh,
of her.
so she was dealing with stuff too.
She dealt with it after because
Mm-hmm.
she retired, ended up retiring from the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And she just moved up there about 6 years ago to be with her ex. That was her ex-husband that she rekindled with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I keep saying, and then to find out that my mother held back that I was adopted. It's a whole lot. And my psychiatrist is always telling me, he was like, Kim, he said, you are manic. I said, what the hell is manic? He said, you are all over the place. It's like I got anxiety because if I don't help somebody, I beat myself up for it.
But why is he calling you manic though? Because I mean, that's
It's manic depression.
manic depression. Okay, manic
Yeah,
depression.
he said you are manic. You're depressed and you have anxiety, manic anxiety. So basically, um, and I don't want y'all to think I'm some kind of Fruit Loop and crazy
You
woman and this and that.
you
But
there's a whole lot of people in here that went through the same thing, if not worse. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but
we don't.
they call it manic bipolar because when you have depression and anxiety, depression calms you, anxiety hypes you. So I'm manic bipolar.
But now, are you doing something? Do they have that under control, like on medicine and?
Well, I take medicines and all. I take the basic Zoloft and the Seroquel. And then with my health conditions, when I had the knee replacement, it messed up all the nerves and I have the neuropathy. I can't bend my leg and it's been over a year and a half, be 2 years in March. And then I had another back surgery. And because I have 5 discs that have bone spurs. But I always say, Miss Marta, that's my punishment.
I wouldn't take it as your punishment. You know what I mean? You don't have to. That don't have to be a life sentence. You have to forgive yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think that's the
yeah,
first thing you need to do is forgive yourself.
yeah.
Have you forgiven your ex-husband?
No,
And why not?
no, huh?
You have to forgive him too. And
I can't forgive him when I'm broken because of him.
but forgiving him is for you to let go of some of this, let go of some of that pain. He didn't win, you are still here. He didn't
I
win.
forgot.
You know what I mean?
Okay,
He
I'm gonna
didn't
try.
You're still here. It's a lot of people, Kim, that cannot tell their story because they didn't make it out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I guess you're right. And it hurts me because I hope that as crazy as it may seem, and people try to dissect things, but I hope that there's nobody in the chat that has to go through this because, as you can see, this is over almost 30 years of holding it in and going through this, and to see people safe. And I know we're not gonna do Bree, but to see Bree as strong as she is, there ain't no way in hell I could do it. And to think about it, my anxiety goes through the roof, and it's just like, I guess because I'm beating myself up. Like you said, I need to forgive myself and forgive him.
Absolutely. You have to. Because
And
that's
and some
the first step to healing,
yeah, sometimes I can do that, And then there's days, Mr. Moore, where I'm perfectly fine. But now that I'm staying here and I got this woman that I was adopted and never told me till I was in my 30s, almost 40. I stay in my bedroom. I stay in here.
At what age were you adopted?
Since I was one.
So you
Since
don't
I
know
was
who
one.
your biological parents are?
I know this, and that's another issue I'm working with my therapist with, because if you lied to me about who my dad is, but Mr. Morris, she had me thinking that this man was my real dad, to where when he died 16 years ago. I had to go to Chicago to bury him because I was the next of kin.
Did they treat you like they were your parents? Were they good to you?
My real dad, he was an alcoholic. He was an alcoholic. He beat my mother. I witnessed that. But when I was 6, my mother met my stepdad. My stepdad is my heart. My heart. He came to school functions. He was there for me. He even told me he didn't even know that I was adopted. He didn't even know that this man wasn't my real dad. Because when he died, I wasn't going to go bury him. Because for one, I sent him a picture of my oldest daughter, and he was blind. And I sent him a picture of my oldest daughter. He sent it back with a note that some female wrote, stating he could not display my daughter's picture because she looked biracial. Boy, you are blind. That was your first grandchild. So it's like neglect on all levels throughout my life. It's beyond it. So now I look at her differently because of the stuff she hid from me. But my stepdad is the one that talked me into going to bury him because my stepdad didn't even know.
But I mean, you're okay. So I don't want to sound heartless or whatever, right? So she raised you, right? So she
Yeah.
raised, and then you found out that she wasn't your real mother, right?
No, I found out that my so-called dad was not my dad. I was adopted by him.
But
No,
was she your real mother?
my mother is supposed to be my mother. But when all this came about when I was about
No, so
39 years old,
your daddy adopted you.
yeah,
Oh,
okay. So apparently my mom and dad, my so-called quote unquote real dad, that I thought was my real dad, when I got my birth certificate, he adopted me, and it said adoption because I was born in Connecticut. It said I was adopted by him. The whole time I thought he was my real father, even though he didn't raise me. You get what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. So, but and how long ago had you found this information out?
It, it was about 20 years ago. I was about 39, going on 39 when I found out.
So you good now, though, right?
Yeah, as far as that is, but now, I guess I'm in it because I'm here now and I'm ready to leave, and it's like I'm stuck here now. So it's like it's tensions between me and her. And I hate to say it because we're supposed to cherish and love our mother. But I'm sorry, I
You
don't
have to
have
forgive
that.
your mom too, but I mean,
I can't.
you can't forgive her
When
for.
I needed her, she wasn't there. I'm just gonna say that she wasn't there. She wasn't. When I was going through
We
the
have
abuse, she was.
we can't live from the past. You know what I'm saying? You have to move
Oh, I
forward.
know.
So
Right. Yeah.
you have, and forgiveness is for who? Forgiveness is for you,
You
not
for me. Yep.
right.
Yeah. And I
And,
need
and if you're 60, then that means your mother is how old?
82.
So
She
you
had
have
6 kids by the time she was 22 years old.
Arnisa wants to come on the panel and talk to you. Do you mind?
I don't mind.
Okay, hold on a second. Hey Arnisa, how are you? Arnise, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay, Amora. It's our niece. I had inboxed you a couple of maybe last week or week before and told you that I wanted to share my
That's
story,
right. That's
but
right.
then I had some other things to come up with work, and
Mhm.
I'm coming on today, Kim, because a lot of the things that you have shared, I'm younger, so I'm not afraid to admit my age. I'm 46. Okay.
Mhm.
The abusive relationship that I got into started at 16.
Mm.
And I left home. My mom died when I was 13. My sister raised me. Like, it's a whole backstory to everything. But what I do want to say is that from 16 to 20 to 25 is when I was with the abuser that I was with. And I had my son when I was 23. And all of those
Mhm.
things that you talked about were very, very, very touching to me because they were all the same, right? They were all the same. The accusations, the insecurities, and I was young. I was
Right.
16. And even as I got older, like even as I got older before I had my child, I can remember being at a holiday party, and I worked for a very prestigious company. It was the Mills Corporation. You guys may know some of the mills, Potomac Mills, Gurney Mills, all
Yes,
those other
ma'am.
mills. And I worked with those companies, and we had a big Christmas party. And I will never forget how he came up to me and he grabbed me. I had on a beautiful gown, and he grabbed me
Oh.
in my crotch area and was just like, "You're in here flirting with all these dudes." And he grabbed me by my crotch area and literally took me to the bathroom and was just very
Oh.
vulgar. It was in a female's bathroom. He didn't care who was there. He didn't care anything. So all of those things were
Yes.
very violent and very like insecure and all those things. And I was young. I was only about 19 or 21 at the time. What I want to
Right.
say to you, Kim, is that those things that happened to you were not out of anything that you did yourself, right? God gave you a heart, right? He gives us all a heart. He gave you a heart. You were open with your heart and you allow someone in. The person that you allowed in was not who God may have had for you at that time. And it's okay because we make those mistakes.
Yes, ma'am.
However, if right, however, what you have to do is understand that you're still here. And Amora has said it, and I know that it's in the comments. You're still here. And even though you think that you may be older and it may not be a new time for you, or it may not be time for you to start over, or you may not have anything left in you, trust me, you do.
Thank
And
you.
the best thing that you can do is remember, like Amora and everyone else said, is that God has kept you. God has kept you. The karma that people experience from doing things to other people is their karma. You
Yes.
don't have to worry about feeling sad or feeling broken or feeling any of those things or feeling anything that is you feel like it's debilitating you and keeping you from moving forward. Your tears should not now be tears of things that happened to you in the past. It should, and it sucks. It fucking sucks. It does. It fucking sucks. The things that we allow people to do to us that, allow our health to decline and all
Yep.
those things. It sucks. It does suck. But guess what? You still have a chance. Like, you're still here. You
Yes,
still have
ma'am.
breath. You still have breath. You still can live and you still can breathe and all those things. So what I would encourage you to do, Kim, is just thank God for his grace and mercy. Jesus. Thank God for his grace and mercy because you're still here. We could be, or someone else could be telling your story for you, but you are here to tell your
Yes.
story. You
Yes,
are here
ma'am.
to tell your story. Don't feel sad. Like, it's over. It's done. You don't have to deal with it anymore.
That's
You
right.
don't have to deal with it anymore. And if the therapy and the things that you are using are not working for you, I'm gonna tell you what does work.
God.
Sitting, sitting and just thanking God. Even if
Yep.
you're just sitting in your own presence and you just say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God, for keeping me. Thank you, God, for your mercy and grace. Thank you, God, for whatever. Like, you can do that. You don't
Yep.
have to. I mean, there are professionals out here, but let's be honest, they don't know the deep, dark
Right.
shit that people go through. And it is
They only know what
grimy.
we tell them. Yep.
Exactly. It is grimy. So they only know, only you and God know. So I want to encourage you, Kim. I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you today because it's been a long time. It's been a long time since you've had to experience that. And even though you're dealing with your health issues and all of those things, praise God in those moments.
Yeah. You're
Praise
right.
God for where you are, and praise God that you are able to bring this story to us, because I was afraid when I told Amora that I wanted to bring my story, and I was like, I don't know, my story might be a little bit too intense,
Yep.
you know,
I was
and
the
and
same
and
way when she hit me up. My anxiety, I felt so hot. I was
yes,
even sweating. I was
yes,
shaking. I was crying. I was like,
yes,
I don't want to scare anybody. I don't want nobody to
no,
think nothing,
no,
you know.
no, no,
Phew,
and
Lord.
no, and I'm gonna tell you something. The world is going to think whatever they want to think anyway. The
Yep.
world is going to think whatever they want to think, and friends are going to think
That's
whatever
right.
they want to think. At the end of the day, your battle is over,
That's
Kim.
right.
It's
Yep.
over. The
I
only
thank you
battle
so
that
much
you
for your
have,
word.
yes, the only battle, baby, that you have right now is living for today, living out loud, living for your kids, and living to tell your story to others. But don't stay in the sadness. It's over, baby. You don't have to deal with that. And even if you're at whatever age you're at and you feel like you're alone and you feel like you're lonely, just think about if someone
Yep.
came into your presence right now and gave you that little bit of, ooh, it's warm right now, or you know, it's a feel good right now, and then they turn out to be some shit. Now, I'm not saying, excuse my
Yep.
language,
You're right though.
I'm not
It'll
saying
redirect everything all over
I'm
again.
not saying that you have to turn away everyone, because I don't believe that love is unattainable at any age. I've seen people
Right.
get remarried at 70. What I'm saying to you is stop living in your sadness. That shit is over.
Thank you so much for
Stop
your words. I
living in
really
your sadness.
appreciate you. I really
And I love
appreciate
you,
you.
and I
I
love
love
you
you too.
as my sister, and love, and I love all of you, and I just want you to feel better. don't
Thank
don't
you.
don't stay in it. You can't
And
stay in shit. If you stay in shit too long, you'll start to feel like shit. Don't
And
stay in
start
shit.
smelling like it.
You'll start
yeah,
smelling
and
like
my
it. Don't stay in shit. You
yep,
stayed in that shit way too long. It's 2023. That shit is
yep.
over, and
And
you
my
have made
counselor,
it.
yeah, because my counselor even told me when I went to him Thursday, he said, well, because where I'm at, my granddaughters can't come and stay
Hmm.
because my mom and them, I don't know if they're going through Alzheimer dementia, but when they come, they make too much noise, or they got to be quiet, or they got to stay in your room. And I can't confine 3 kids to a bedroom. So my counselor was like, Kim, he said, I promise you, if you can get out of there and get to that apartment, your self healing will begin.
Yes, yes,
He said,
yes.
because it's nothing like your own where you can have your
It
windows
is.
open, let the sun
It
hit
is.
your face, your grandkids come and laugh and play and mess up
Absolutely.
the house. I would be more than glad for them to mess up a house
Absolutely. And
because it's a domino
those
effect.
things are there for you. They're there for you. It's there for you. It's no reason for you to cry. It's okay to feel like, okay, damn, this shit happened to me. And yes, it is a
Yeah,
fucked up thing that we go through things and then we experience health issues and all those things. It happens to the best of us. It's not a death sentence. And it's
yeah,
Absolutely.
not a sentence that is like, oh my gosh, this is the end of my life. This is not the end of your life. This is not the end. You still have
Right.
time to
thank
make it
you.
better and to be thankful for just shit,
Oh,
smelling the
yeah.
air, smelling
Yep.
the trees
Waking
and
up.
shit, feeling the
Like
fresh.
you said, I'm
Yes,
thankful. I'm thankful to be here because I could have been stretched out in the floor and walked
you
over.
could be dead.
I I
Isn't
can't
it?
smell, I can't see the sunlight. I can't go out here and sit on the porch if I want
Absolutely.
to.
And
But
those are
it's
God's blessings. Yes.
yeah,
Those are
yeah,
God's blessings. The little things. Don't take for granted the little things of waking up in the morning. because
Yep.
you're still here. So no more sorrow, okay? No more sorrow. If you got to listen to some gospel, if you got to do whatever you need to do,
Yeah.
my favorite song is by Yolanda Adams, and
Yep.
that verse that says how God can show someone who was so broke down so much mercy. That
Yep.
thing sends me. It sends me, and just do
Yep.
whatever you need to do to just stay on top, and no more
Yeah.
crying. No more crying. You've already cried. How many more tears you gonna get this shit? Don't
Honey,
give it no more tears.
you would think with all the crying I'm doing, I wouldn't have gained no damn weight, but I
No
tell
more
you the
tears.
line,
Hey
oh
Kim,
my God.
no more tears. No more tears.
Oh,
Just
No
and I
more
don't,
tears.
tears of joy that
Tears
you are
of
still here
joy.
to
Yes.
talk about it.
yeah,
Yes, because you're here, and I'm thankful for you, Amor, and I feel even better just
I
being
know
able
it.
to talk to Kim. And I love you, sister.
I love
And
you too, boo.
I want you to make sure that you understand that every
Um,
day is a gift. It
That's
doesn't matter what we going through. I had a
you
friend,
right?
and I'll just say this real quick. One of my friends passed away last year. He was my best friend. I met him in church. He
Oh,
wasn't supposed to live past 8 years old.
oh wow.
He lived to 29 years old. He had diabetes and bone marrows. He had 56 surgeries.
Ooh,
And I'm gonna tell you something. At 29, at 20, when did I
That's a
meet
lot.
Brandon? I met Brandon at 20 years old. Not one
Mm.
day when he went through dialysis, 3 hours, 2 days a week, not one day did he complain. I'm telling you, he was the most loving. He gave love to everybody. I'm talking about he gave love to so many people. When
That's
I had
amazing.
to speak at his funeral and it was so many people, I was like, well, damn, I thought he was only my best friend. What the fuck? But no, he
Right.
had given love to so many other people. And he never complained one day of his life, even after all those surgeries and opening him up and closing him up. 56 surgeries in 29 years.
Mm.
He never complained, not one time. And that is where I get my
Bless his
strength from.
heart.
That is where I get my
Ooh.
strength from. And yes, he passed
And
last
I
year. Yes,
always
I
know
was
that
broke
there's
the hell
somebody
up.
way off worse than you. I
I'm
always say
trying to
that
tell
there's
you.
somebody worse than me, but
Always.
I swear to you
Ain't
not.
no
It's
but.
like,
But is
oh,
an eraser. Ain't no but.
yeah.
Someone worse off than you. There is no but. But is an eraser. There is someone worse off than me. And the only but that you need to say is but God.
that's
That's it.
right. That's right. But
That's it.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
But I love
Yep.
you, and I love you,
Love
Amora,
you
and I
too,
love you,
boo.
Kim. And you keep
Love you
pushing.
too.
You keep pushing. No more sad tears. I mean, I might
You
have to
too,
pull up on
darling.
you with some. I might have to pull up on you with some food or some champagne or something. I don't know.
Well, I'm
it's
sorry
been,
you had to go through that, but I see it's made you a lot stronger. I'm sure you're a lot stronger for it. And
I
I'm
want
just
you to
praying.
be
I'm a pray that
online.
one day I'm gonna be just like that.
Thank you, and I pray
it's gonna
that
be
you're
like that
online when
tomorrow.
I tell my story, because I plan to tell my story, and it is a deep one. It is a deep one. I'll tell you, it is a deep one. But
Oh,
God, but God.
We look forward to hearing it.
Yes, thank
You
bless
gotta
your
let
heart.
me know now. I got another slot open for next Tuesday.
I'll put it in. I'll put it
Okay.
in next Tuesday. I love you guys.
I
Love
love
you
you
too,
too.
Arlene.
Thank you
Okay.
so
Thank you
much.
so much,
Bye
baby.
bye.
Okay.
Miss Amara, once again, I want to thank you.
Oh, Miss Kim, anytime.
I
And
wanna-
listen, I absolutely love what our niece said, but I just want to say this. You are still here, right? She said
Yes,
it, you
ma'am.
are still here. Use your experience to help someone else, okay? And what I mean by that is you endured it, you got through, right? It's a
Yep.
reason you got through. God wants you here for something, right? We never
Yeah.
we don't understand what God wants for us, right? We ask ourselves, Lord, why am I still here? I've been through this, right?
Yep.
And I'm still here. I'm still standing. Why, Lord? So ask God, either tonight or the next time you have a conversation with him. Ask him, say, Lord, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why am I here? What is my purpose?
I do that very often, and it's because it's like one thing after another, after another, after another. And it's like, God, why? Why me? Why did you choose me for this? Why? you know, but they always say God only gives you what he knows you can handle. Even though I can't handle it today, I might be able to handle it tomorrow, the next day, or the next day.
Well, you
But it,
handling it because you're still here, and
yeah,
it's not why me, is what am I supposed to do? Like, what's next? That's my thing, what is next? You know what I mean?
yeah.
But you survived how many brain surgeries you said you had? Two?
I've had two
You
and two back
survived brain
surgeries
surgery. Do you
and three surgeries on my right knee.
But do you hear that? You survived brain surgery. If
Yep.
anything, if I was you, what I would do, because you said you can't walk right now, right?
Well, I can't because my when they did my knee replacement,
Uh-huh.
um when they because they pull your nerves and muscles out. By me
Mhm.
already having neuropathy, my nerve is dead. I had just had a nerve testing done last week, and 60% of my nerves are dead in my lower limbs.
So
I
you're
can
in a
walk, but
wheelchair?
I'm a little unstable. No,
Okay. Okay, you walk
I
with
can walk, but I'm a
walker
little
or cane or
unstable,
something?
and I can't bend my knee. I can't, how normal people go up and down steps, you can bend your knee a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I don't have the flexion that they want, and I went through therapy. I had this done March of last year.
Mhm.
I went to therapy all the way up until December of last year, and they
What I
said that there was
say,
nothing else they could do.
well, I'm sure there's something that they can do, but what I would say is, I mean, you just have to talk to your physical therapist or something like that. I'm not into the medical. However, what I would tell you to do is to find a domestic violence center in your area and go and speak to them, right? Because I guarantee you somebody is in there is either going through it right now or have recently just went through it. And your story will help them because they will see you survived it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You survived it. Whether I mean it still, I could tell that it still bothers you, right? But you have to say is
yeah,
you have to talk affirmation into yourself. What we talked about yesterday. Talk
yes, ma'am.
affirmation into yourself and say, you know what? After all I've been through, I am
Yep,
still here to speak about it. That's important right there. You're still here to speak about it. I
yep.
guarantee it may not be saying anything right now, but I guarantee you there's somebody in the audience like, wow, she had the courage to go and speak up about what she went through.
And it's gonna sound crazy because um normally every year in October I always like to try to go to juvenile domestic courts because I never took him to court for it. So I'll go there and I'll sit like in the waiting room here at juvenile domestic.
Okay.
And when somebody comes in that you can tell has obviously been beaten or whatever, I
Mhm.
have spoken to them, but I don't go into full detail. I just tell them I got out of one. It may not be the lifestyle that I have had then, but I got out of one. And I try to give them a little encouragement to press those charges that I wasn't able to do.
Right.
Because in order to stop them, we have got to press the charges. And I can see, what, like Bree, why she didn't. Because you're thinking in your back of your head, I'm gonna get out of this. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna get out of this. It's like you gotta sneak to get out of your own situation.
Mm.
And it's just,
Press the charges. I mean, like for you, it's too late. He done moved
yeah,
on, you moved on, but I will release him. Release him. Release
yeah.
him totally. Trust me, what he did to you, you don't know what's going on with him. He probably suffering, and you
Well,
don't even.
I found out that he had and this is something else, and I hope I don't want to take up all your time, but
It's okay.
I found out he was trying to put his hands on my daughter, my oldest daughter, in a sexual way.
You found out back then, or you found out
I
recently, or
found out
something.
after the fact because
But he
while I was
didn't know,
being,
right?
he did, and while I was on medication for the depression from the bank robberies, he would faithfully give me my medicine, and he was sneaking in my oldest daughter's room.
But did you press charges for that?
Yes, I did. I did, but they have not go. I don't know what the hell going on, but I found out that he ended up getting a 16.
He did what?
got a 16-year-old pregnant.
Your volume just went way down.
He got a 16-year-old pregnant while he was with me, and I didn't know it.
Did you do something to your volume?
No,
It's coming in a little. Can y'all hear her? Say something now,
Can
Miss.
you hear me?
Okay, I can
Can
hear
you
you
hear
now.
me?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So you said you
No,
pressed charges on him for touching your daughter,
I did.
and
And by the time, like I said, when I found out my daughter was of age and she did not want to prosecute, I didn't agree with it at all. But here, I told you, Virginia has some sucky ass laws. Because if the child, she was 17, because she didn't want to relive it again.
but it's still rape though.
Well, he didn't do raping. What he did was he would go in the room and he would tell her to lift up her nightgown, let her look under him.
It's
And
still
she did it
sexual.
because he always threatened to kill me and them. But she did not. And me and her have talked. We have gone to counseling. She has forgiven me because she said I was unaware. But when I found out, it was after the fact. I don't know if anybody in the audience is
Why
from
is she
Virginia.
holding? Why would she even hold you responsible for that? Because
Well, I didn't want her to, when we talked, I didn't want her to think my mama knew this was going on and she allowed it. I didn't know. She didn't bring it to my attention till after we were gone.
I got you.
I'm talking years after we were gone. When she first got into her relationship with her, at the time, Marine boyfriend, because she spazzed out on him and it came out that that's where that trauma came from. So she was of age then and she didn't want to prosecute.
Okay. So
Virginia sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. Because if I would have known then, I might not have helped, to help myself, but I damn sure would have went to bat for my kids. They're my life.
But you still got to forgive yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't blame yourself for that. But I would definitely forgive myself.
Yeah.
You and your daughter have a good relationship now?
Yeah, we're good now. And, to the point where, but like I said, I can't have the grandkids over because of the living conditions. And then
Can you go over there to visit them?
I do every once in a while. But she got a lot of stairs and I can't do the lot of stairs. But yeah, we see each other. I talk to her every day.
That's
I
good.
talk to her and my granddaughters every day.
Your living condition will change. You said you 4 to 5 months out from your
disability. Yeah.
But right now you live in a 55 and older community, right?
No, I'm with my mother.
Oh, I thought you said okay, so they're gonna.
No, I found a 55 community that has a rooftop terrace and it's within because here the Section 8 vouchers for $12.26 for one person with no income. I was already approved for it. It's just I have to now when you get Section 8, you have to find the apartment and you have to go by their deposit. You don't pay the first month rent, but you got to pay the deposit and the application fees. Stuff like that. And I don't have it. And my daughter is doing all she can to take care of her 2 kids. So it's not, and she's single. Her baby father don't pay child support, like talking about it. So I don't want to go to her and say, I need this and it's about me. I need to get out. No, because she already told me, well, Ma, if you can get out, once you get out, you can have the kids anytime you want to.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be okay.
Somebody asked me do you have Cash App or anything like that?
Yeah, I do.
Somebody asked me to have you drop your Cash App, and our niece, the lady that was on the panel said, what information do you want from her, our niece? Do you want to come back up on the panel and you could get it from her from the back, the private chat, so the whole world, won't have it. I'm dropping the link so you can come back on the panel, and then she'll put it. Do you see the private chat? I'm gonna hit test right quick. Miss Kim.
This is my first time.
See that? Look where it says private chat, and I hit test.
Okay.
So put your information. What do you want from her, Arnice? Do you want her phone number? Or what do you want?
I can give her that.
She'll ask you when she come back up. She just said, get her information. Come back up on the panel, and so you can get it from the private chat so it won't go all over the place.
It don't matter. I used to be scared. That's why I got a different name here. And on Facebook, I go by.
Well, your volume went down low again. I'm not sure if you moved to another location or.
Can you hear me now? No, I'm right here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said here is a different name. But Facebook is my.
No, you don't have to tell us your real name on Facebook. Hey, Arnice, look right here where it says private chat. I just hit text.
Okay.
So put your information right there. Oh Lord, what was that? Put your
Hold
information
on.
right there, Miss Kim.
Okay, here's the chat. I see it. Okay.
See it? Do you see it, Miss Kim? Oh, babe.
It says
chat with everyone.
With everyone in the studio.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll send mine first.
Okay. Oops, I misspelled
the
word.
I do see it.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop both of y'all down because y'all can still give each other information from the chat, the private chat. All right, you guys. So when she finished giving that information, I'll put her Cash App up here. Also put your Cash App if you can hear me, Miss Kim. And if you feel led, if you want to give her something, you could give her something, you know, a little something, you know, and maybe it can help her out. But just like we were saying, if you have a story, don't ever be afraid to tell your story, no matter how long ago it's been. You know, I think talking about it is helping you heal. I definitely wouldn't wait very, very long to talk about it. Start opening up about it, talk about it, and release it. Don't hold on to it forever, because after you talk about it, you should get to a point where once you talk about it, you wouldn't even be crying no more. Like, you know, different things used to bother me, and I started talking about it. That stuff don't bother me no more, you know? So I just say, talk about it to that day you find yourself talking about it and you don't drop not one tear. You don't drop not one tear. And if you do drop a tear, you drop it, but you wipe it off and say, I'm good. I am good. I'm a survivor. They are still exchanging information back there. Okay, so I see her Cash App. Let me drop it right quick. Hold on. Okay, hold on. This is Miss Kim's Cash App right here for anybody that care to donate anything to Miss Kim. Vivi, who is this? Viviful. She says, I want to tell my story. Do you want to tell it tonight or you want to get on my calendar? Let me know. Veniful. I hope I'm saying that right. They are still back there communicating. I think Miss Arnice may be laying some hands. No, I'm just kidding. She said, if you can't talk about it, write a letter. Oh, that's a good idea, Pastor West. That's a good idea. Here, let me put that back up here. But Miss Pastor West said, if you can't talk about it, write a letter. Write a letter. Forgive yourself. Don't go to your grave blaming yourself for things that happened to you long time ago. Don't do it. Don't do it. I think if anything that weighs on your heart so much that it can actually cause pain, and like physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain. You got to release that. Forgive yourself. Things that happened to you in your past, it does not define, does not tell you how you're going to be tomorrow. Don't let that person win over you. Release that. Release all of that. Release it. Don't forget it. Just release it. She says, I used to write letters. It's healing. Hold on. Let me delete this person. Hold on. I got it. Bam. Gotcha. You got to be faster than that. She said, I used to write letters. It's very healing. Yes, Water. Writing letters is very healing. I saw somebody say, crying is healing. Her tears are healing. It is, but you got to say to yourself, and I know this might sound a little rough around the edges, but you got to say to yourself, I'm about to cry it all out, Lord. I'm about to cry it all out. And you go and you bawl out. I'm talking about bawl out. Cry it out, cry it out, cry it out. Because they said joy come in the morning. So cry all that out. Go to sleep, do whatever you got to do. And when you wake up and you already consider it done. Consider it, solved or over. Consider that you got the victory from it. That was one thing that I said, and I'm definitely not trying to, kill Kim's story or whatever. But when I used to cry about things that happened to me when I was a kid, I said, Amora, I'm about to cry and I'm going to get this out of my system, because one thing I will say is she will not win. My stepmom did not win, y'all. And I said that to myself and I meant that. I said, sometimes I feel like she wanted to hold me back psychologically, right? She wanted to hold me back because if you're held back psychologically, everything else is going to come with it. You ain't going to be able to move forward in life. You're going to still be thinking about shit that happened to you years ago. And I said, I will not let her win. So I made the decision to enjoy every single day of my life. And I do. Trust me when I tell you, I do. I smile, I laugh, I dance, I do everything because I enjoy my life, and I enjoy it because I was not going to allow her to win. She wasn't going to get me, and she didn't. She did not. You can't let them win. You let that person win when you're depressed, when you're sad, when you're in your feelings, when you can't move on, when you're just stuck and stuck and stuck. You got to get unstuck. And you got to move forward. You can't sit and wallow. Some people will sit and wallow in their sorrow. You cannot sit and wallow in your sorrow. Get up. Get up and move forward. Don't stop living because of something that happened to you. Shake it off and keep it moving. Put on some music, whatever type of music you like. Sing and dance and just enjoy your life. Seriously. She says, I'm going to tell my story. Get on my calendar. Just inbox me on my Let's Talk About Moving On. Inbox me and we'll get you on the calendar. Let me just tell Kim something right quick. Okay, Miss Kim. So I pinned your Cash App or whatever on here, but I do want to thank you. Can you still hear me, Miss Kim?
Yes, I can.
Okay, but I want to thank you for sharing your story. I don't know if you was hearing me from backstage, but what I'm saying is I want you tomorrow morning to get up and I want you to choose to be happy. Happiness
Thank you.
Is a choice. I want you to choose to be happy. I want you to say what happened to me don't define who I am. I survived that. I am a survivor, and I'm going to move from this day forward like a survivor. Not a victim,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
a survivor. You survived it. You are no longer a victim. You survived it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Miss Amora. I appreciate you.
You are so welcome. And again, thank you. And come
Thank
back
you, everyone in the chat. I'm going to come down and talk with y'all.
And in about 3 months or so, come back and let us know how you're doing, okay?
I will.
Thank you, Miss
I
Kim.
will. I'm not going to miss none of your lives anyway, so.
Okay, that sounds good.
Thank you so much. I'll see y'all in the comments.
Okay, all right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put her Cash App up there again because I see somebody asking for it. There it goes right there. Do y'all see it? Imperial says happiness is a choice. Healing is a choice. We have to make a choice to let stuff go, and we have to choose happiness. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. She said, that's so true. Music is really helpful for me personally. Sing it out loud, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Sing it out loud. Y'all know it's some healing songs out there. I told y'all my healing song. Everybody got to have a healing song. Everybody got to have a healing song. Get that survivor song, whatever song that make you feel like you on top of the world. Get that song and sing it and sing it and sing it and dance and dance and sing it. You are so welcome, Miss Kim. Carmela said, go get you some lunch, put some clothes on. That's right. And blast your music, girlfriend, and love on your grandbabies. Love on them grandbabies. She says, I have a group called Domestic Violence Wears Many Tags. That's amazing. I think you have one and somebody else have one too. Is it Pastor West? You have a group as well, right? I think it's Pastor West. I'm not sure if it's her, but I know somebody else have a group as well. But we're going to get off of this one today. It's an hour and 40 minutes. Do anybody have any questions, or do you want to tell your story? Get in my inbox. She said, Kim, get out the house. Go get you some lunch. Oh, she said it again. Okay, I got you. And enjoy your day. That's right. Do anybody have any questions before we close out this segment or this live, this segment? Tomorrow, we are going to talk about, let me see, hold on. Don't go nowhere just yet. Let me see what the lineup is because I forgot. I forgot. Hold on. Hold on. It's coming. I don't know why it's taking so long. I guess I could look through my phone, huh? Tomorrow is maintaining healthy relationships, okay? So come back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to talk about maintaining healthy relationships. Learn how to keep your relationship healthy and fun. Now, tomorrow is going to be a funny one, y'all. Tomorrow is going to be a funny one. We're going to get real. It's all fun now, but it might be a little nasty. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But tomorrow is maintaining healthy relationships. Maintaining healthy relationships. So come back tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Miss Lisa says, I want to tell my story more, but I will let you know when I'm ready. Okay, Miss Lisa. Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Imperial says, I've been sexually abused, physically abused, starved, mistreated, robbed. I didn't really have parents, saw nothing but violence growing up. I watched my brother die, but I refused to let life break me. That's right, Imperial. I love Imperial. Girl, I love you. I love you because you be keeping it 100, honey. You didn't say a whole bunch of stuff. Imperial said, I done robbed banks, I done did this, I done did that, but I'm still smiling and I love it. Thank you, Imperial, for being a part of our group, girlfriend. I love the way you keep it 100. She said, does Kim have a picture on her? Kim, can you answer this question? Do you have a picture on your Cash App? Do you have a picture on your Cash App, Miss Kim? I think she said, are you saying yes, it's a picture of your granddaughter? Is that what you're saying? Let us know right quick if you don't mind. Her granddaughters. Okay. So she have a picture of her granddaughters. Rachel said it's the blue scrub. No, it's not. She has a picture of her granddaughters. Rachel being funny over there talking about some blue scrubs. You know you need to quit. But you should see a picture of her granddaughters. Do y'all see it? Do I need to put it back up there one more time? Let me do it right quick anyway. Here you go right here is Kim Charity 3. Our $ Kim Charity 3. Somebody said, is it in the ballerina dress? Do your grandbabies have a ballerina dress on, Miss Kim? I'm just waiting on her to answer, y'all. Y'all know this chat is delayed, but I am definitely going to try to work on getting another. She says, I'm writing down the suggestions, and thank you. But wait a minute, Miss Kim, let us know. Do your grandbaby have on a ballerina dress? She said, not the blue scrubs. Is it one granddaughter? I'm not sure. Let me try to see if I can. What did I say the thing was? What did I say? One, I said Kim. Hold on, let me tell you what they have on there. I'm gonna look. It can't be too many Kim Charities 3s out there, but let's see. Let's see. $ Kim Charity. Yes, it's a ballerina dress. It's the only one that popped up, y'all. It's the one with the ballerina dress, okay? She has a little let me look. It's like a pink dress. I ain't got my glasses on. I think it's pink. But anyway, that's it. All right, like I said again, if you want to share your story, if you want to start healing, or just if you already healed and you want to help someone else, reach out to me. Hit my inbox, my messenger on Facebook, and let me know that you would like to share your story. Every Tuesday, we're sharing stories, okay? Every Tuesday. We're getting back to what we started off with, okay? So let me know, and I'll plug you in, okay? Thank y'all so much. I do appreciate y'all. I know y'all little kidding down in the little comments right now. Y'all being funny. Imperial, somebody said to you, baby, through all those scars, I still see no flaws. You are beautiful. God loves you, girl. There you go, Imperial. Somebody is pouring into you tonight. Anyway, I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. Thanks again. I will see y'all tomorrow. Make sure y'all show up tomorrow. Make sure y'all hit that thumb button on the way out too, okay? Talk to y'all later. Bye.